republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we've had a chance to take a look at the minutes from the July 23rd meeting. Does anybody have any questions about the minutes? Hearing none, there's a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Smudersfall?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And with current bills, we have had a chance to take a look at the current bills also. Does anybody have any questions about the current bills or any comments? Russ, anything you'd like to point out about?
Well, a couple things, if I could.
Certainly.
I have a bank reconciliation from last meeting. I forgot to have you guys sign, so I'll pass that down for your signature as well. And I also met with the county officials a couple weeks ago to talk about our property taxes and see how that's going. They did note that we will be having a property tax reevaluation this year that will take effect next year. They're estimating that our property taxes will go up by about 10%. So we'll make sure that we include those into any future plans that we have coming up for the budgets. Also as well, I'd like to let you know that we got an advance on our funds from the county. We were able to put $2.1 million into Star, Ohio, so it'll make us about $115 worth of interest every day during that time frame. By asking for it in advance, we actually make that money ourselves instead of the county. So we like that. Also, I wanted to ask the trustees to think about, for next meeting, audit compliance. We typically have been written up and had adverse opinions in prior times. So what I'd like to do is to take our reporting up to a level of standard called OCBOA, O-C-B-O-A, and that would allow us to get away from the adverse opinion that we're currently receiving from the state. I'll send you a report about that through the email, and so I'd like you to take a look at that and think about that. And then the final item for this meeting is the annual audits. I'd like to, instead of having an audit every 2 years, I'd like to go to an annual audit. The pros on that is that we'll be able to identify errors in a more timely manner, so that we don't get into a situation where we had previously where some money was posted in the police fund that really should have been in your fund, and those sort of things are important to get fixed before that money gets spent. So even though it costs a little bit more money, that's the con side of it. I think you find that it would probably make it a little bit easier and faster for us too, because they get in and get out faster as well. So that's it for the day, other than the bills are ready for your action.
Okay, well, I think we've got a motion on the bills in a second, so if you'd call roll call on.
I can do that, sir.
The bills.
Mr. Mueller.
I did not make the motion, but I will.
Oh, you did that.
Okay.
So moved.
Second?
All righty then. Mr. Gabbard.
Yay.
Mr. Mueller.
Yay.
Mr. Wade.
Yay. Okay, I think we probably ought to have a motion too to go to an annual audit also, because it is an additional expenditure. So I'd like to have a motion to go from every 2 years for an audit and to an annual audit. Is there a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mueller.
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard.
Yay.
Mr. Wade.
Yay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then, anything else, or anything else from you, Russ?
Negative, huh?
Okay. And then under public comment, anybody have any public comment? See any public out there? Normal?
We're good. We had some stuff, but we're good.
Moving on to new business under planning and zoning, we have resolution 5190. Chuck?
Yes, first resolution is dealing with the northeast corner of State Route 48, lot of 5 points. There's 3 parcels. Are again in need of being mowed, so we annually come through and they're a nuisance now at the time.
Is there a motion to approve 5109?
So moved.
Second?
All righty, Mr. Gabbard.
Yay.
Mr. Mueller.
Yay.
Mr. Wade.
Yay. And we have 5110, a resolution determining that maintenance of the following tracts of land containing greater than 5 acres constitutes a nuisance.
And so this would be the northeast corner of Lot 5 Points and 48. Get out of the grouping is larger, so we would deal with it in a manner, typically we should do over 5 acres, just asking for a border to be met.
Okay, so a motion to approve 5110.
So moved. Second?
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Anything else?
Those are all the nuisances, sir.
Okay, moving on to the police department, we have a request to approve new
Yeah, those are all the ones we
supervisory
got.
rank of corporal and approve the job description as drafted.
Yes, sir. I know the chief and Mr. Clark have been discussing this new position. It's a little step above the old OIC, and so this is the first step in moving that direction, is approving the job description, and it's kind of weighted heavy on the first line supervision side as opposed to the sergeants, which are doing more middle management.
Okay, and I know we've had some conversation with the chief about this. Anybody have any questions for Wally about this change? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the request to permit the police department to create a police corporal and authorize the attached job descriptions?
So moved. Second?
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And we have the monthly report. Wally, anything special you want to point out on that?
It's been a busy summer, finished up Safety Town, and 300 and some students that went through.
Awesome.
Just had National Night Out, so we've been pretty busy planning for that. And in the meantime, we've had some interesting investigations that have come along. We had the game day was broken into last week, and with some good police work from some of our partners to the north. The guy was caught in another business, the same type of business the next day, so it was just typical busy summer. It's been fun. It's good that we were able to do some of the things for the community.
Very good. We've had a chance to look at where we have the police department and monthly report. Anybody have any questions about that specifically? Okay. Anything else in the police department, Wally?
No, sir. That's it.
Okay, moving on to the fire district. We have a request to purchase EPCR computers using the 17-18 load grants, not to exceed $25,000.
Yeah, that's the amount we received for the load grant this year. Had some issues with the vendors and the quotes, but we're going to be getting 5 new computers and we won't exceed that amount.
Anybody have any questions for Steve about this purchase? So a motion to approve the purchase not for computers not to exceed the $25,000.
So moved. Second?
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. And Steve, of your monthly report, anything special you want to point out?
Just answer any questions you may have.
Any questions for Steve? Okay. Moving on to the road department.
I did have a couple of
Okay.
things real quick to update you. The Station 21 concrete project that you approved a few months back, there were some issues with our vendor. They were brothers and they've split up and the company's kind of in shambles. So they did a little bit of work, but we're going to move on from that. So we're looking to get a few more quotes. So I'm going to have to actually bring that to the board again once we find a new vendor. So we're in the process of getting more quotes. Hopefully it'll be at the next meeting. I'll be bringing that to you, just to update you on that. And the medic that we're purchasing, we got permission to purchase 2019. It's actually going to be in 2018 because they got the chassis in earlier because they yeared them by the chassis. So we thought it was going to be built later. The good news is we're going to get the medic at the end of the month, so it's sooner than we expected. The other news, I wouldn't say it's bad, is that it's an 18 instead of a 19. So just to bring it to your attention in case anybody would ask you that question. And then I put a flyer up there called Get Fired Up. The Warren County Career Center is hosting basically a fire service education day for public officials and such. So if you want to attend, please feel free to let me know. The agenda is on the back. Your participation, from my understanding, is as much or as little as you want. If you want to put on gear and climb ladders and go into a building that's on fire, then you can do that. If you just want to show up and watch and kind of see what happens, you can do that too, so.
I'd like to volunteer Mr. Muter's fault.
He's starting to more than he's not.
I'm already volunteered you.
So just, if you'd like to go or participate, please feel free to let me know, and we'll figure out what we need to do to make that happen. That's it, thank you.
Scott, Road Department?
Yeah, just a couple of updates, really. We'll be doing the Durapatch, working on the transverse cracks this whole month. If you recall, we did it 2 years ago, and we could cover a lot more ground for a much less expense. And so far this year, we've had people actually stopping and flagging us down and giving us thumbs up and talking about how great it is, as opposed to 2 years ago. We had some people who weren't so happy with the loose gravel and stone on the road, so we've approached it a little bit different this way to take care of some of that. And so far, it's all been good. We're in Stone Ridge North. If you're out and about and want to take a look, just go in from 73 and take a right if you want to see how it's turning out. And right now is a good time, because you can go up one side where they've been fixed and come back the other side where they haven't. And then update on the resurfacing program. Talked to Chad Harvell on Friday, who runs it for him now. They still don't know if they're starting on the north end of the township or the south end, but I do know that they've gone out and marked in this area, so my guess would be they're going to start on the north end, but he does not have it confirmed yet. But so that should be kicking up sometime pretty soon. So.
Anybody have any questions?
The only thing I would say is, well, school starts Thursday, so when we figure that out, can we make sure we let them know? 'Cause that could be, they've been out there running dry runs this week, or last week and this week, so that could be a little bit of a difficult situation depending on where they're at.
Okay. Very good. Moving on to administration. Recommendation to permanently schedule the Board of Trustees' first meeting of the month, the second Monday of every month at 5:30 p.m. and to reschedule the second meeting of the month to the fourth Monday of every month at 9 a.m.
So, in discussing this with both staff and with Board of Trustees, we tried to develop and bring along something of a compromise among all parties to move on the suggestion that we have a morning meeting to hopefully give the opportunity to citizens that may or may not have an opportunity in the afternoon and the evening to participate, speak to the board, that sort of thing. So the proposal we want to bring forward as a formal recommendation from administration is to do their first meeting of the month as an evening meeting, since that's when the monthly reports are delivered, notwithstanding today. And then the second meeting of the month be the morning meeting, the fourth Monday of it. Or want to discuss that further among yourselves, and by all means, please, but that's a recommendation.
Well, I'm okay with
Works
it.
for me.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense.
And if it doesn't work, we can change it. So, I mean, not little bit.
Right.
Don't have to right now.
That's-
Give it
I
a
think
try,
that
and if
makes
it
sense.
doesn't work out, we can. Sounds good to me.
That's fine. I did send you an email. Gonna have a conflict on the 13th, so we can discuss doing it 13th next month, September. September.
We want to do that in the morning?
Morning or the next day, whichever is better for.
If you want to check your schedule, just email me individually, and we'll do it as we have.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Why don't you send us a reminder on that?
We'll send a calendar update or calendar also.
Thank you. I'm hitting reverse real quick. Scott, let the park look great for National Night. They obviously did a great job, as they always do, but I talked to the guys and Tony, and it looked awesome out there, so kudos to them. I know that's a showcase for our police department and our parks, so well done.
Yeah, it did look awesome, for sure. This is the 10th that Steve's referring to.
Okay.
The meetings on 13th. Okay. Anything else administrative wise?
Do we need to vote on the changes?
Oh, we definitely.
Yeah.
So a motion to change the meeting dates as indicated by the township administrator?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wick?
Yay. Okay, anything else?
No, we're good.
Staff reports, I know they're out there. Anybody else?
Might want to take a swing by, peeking east of 48, the road crew did a fantastic job ditching the first 500-600 feet there to try to resolve Lake Parker. Not only that,
Is that a problem?
when it gets to its doorstep, that's something that's.
People pay big money for that.
So, guys did a terrific job, they, thought it over, executed the work quite well. I think it'll be a good fix for the property owners.
We'll finish it up in September. The lot to the east of Mr. Parker is too wet for us to finish the grading. We got it started in the rains and we just sink a foot in there, so we're gonna finish the dirt patch and we'll go out, finish that and repair the driveways where we put the culverts in, but it'll be complete in September, early September.
And then you got Kenny Parker happy, that's a good thing.
Different Parker.
Oh, good.
Rick.
Oh, Rick.
Yeah, Kenny was in the town, we don't have him in township anymore.
They didn't know?
He sold it. Sold to Nicky Gould.
Really?
Yep.
Where did he move?
Heatherwood, closer to the golf course, so he doesn't have as far to go.
Anything else under staff updates?
I had a question, you have the light, piece that you emailed to us.
Mhm.
Do we wanna discuss that now?
If the board's prepared to, sure.
I didn't, I didn't see an attachment that showed the cost, I couldn't.
It was a separate document.
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't in the meeting packet. What was the cost? Do they have that?
$1,200, yeah.
And then we'll pay the monthly on that.
We have some discretion on how we approach it. They gave us everything from a pay up front for the infrastructure, it was $1,200 to pay over 10 years, which is just a couple bucks a year. So at that cost, it obviously makes sense to pull it off in the first year and then just pay the lighting costs going forward. So that would be my recommendation after looking at it, or if we were in fact going to do it, to go ahead and just pay the upfront cost in year one, $1,200, $1,300, whatever it is. If the board would like to do it, it's under my spending authority, so I don't think we need to bring it back.
I think it's a great idea, and
Let's get it done.
let's do it.
That little jog sits.
It'll help that. It'll help that.
The only question I have is, am I allowed to vote on it since I live on that road?
Yeah, because the other, that's a different situation, because everybody else on you're getting the same benefit the other residents are getting too in that area.
They won't turn off when I pull up?
Not unless Palmer's out there doing it.
Not let, Palmer's up there with the switch.
I don't even think they know it's you.
Where are you at? And then the bystander.
Trying to stay low today.
That'll teach you.
The checker is trying to defer the flag.
Exactly. No, I'm deferring something else to Mr. Gabbard.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing this.
Got him in my
You
crosshairs
can take a
now.
motion for this if you want to.
Okay.
You could take a motion for it if you'd like to, or just direct them to do it.
Probably not.
Everybody nod.
To do a motion, because someone could ask us and wanna know how it was.
I agree.
Okay.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the installation and the payment of this, street light at the corner of State Route 122 and Springboro Road?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Muterspaw.
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard.
Yay.
Mr. Wade.
Yeah. Thank you. Yep, very good. Well, that'd be nice, that addition of that. Okay, anything else to come before the trustees today? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Gabbard.
Yay.
Mr. Muterspaw.
Yay.
Mr. Wade.
Yay.